Welcome to Biomag Time. Today we are going to talk about yin-yang in human body. Let's watch the video first.
Yin-Yang in human body. Body features and spiritual and behavioral manifestations. How do we tell whether a person is more yin or more yang? From body features, the proportion of the head to the body is relatively small for people with more yin energy. The proportion of the head to the body is relatively large for people with more yang energy. From the spiritual and behavioral manifestations, people with more yin energy like to do more body work, while people with more yang energy like to do more thought work. Examples and diagnosis of a person's state who has unbalanced yin-yang. First of all, we need to correct a misunderstanding, not that the more yang energy, yang qi, the better. Yin and yang are the parents of the 5 elements, and only balanced yin and yang can produce balanced 5 elements. Too much yang energy or too much yin energy both will cause an unbalance in the human body. Psychosocial manifestations. People with too much yin energy could show sinking downwards, memory decline, poor learning ability, lack of thoughts, slow response, depression, etc. People with too much yang energy could show floating upwards, thinking wildly, unwilling to do things by body, reacting too quickly, and being hyperactive, etc. If yin and yang are seriously unbalanced, going from one extreme to the other, mental problems such as bipolar disorder could appear. The sixth energy has the functioning of coordinating yin and yang, so bipolar disorder is related to the lack of the sixth energy. Physical manifestations. How to understand the yin-yang manifestation in the human body? We say babies are from heaven. When they are born, they are quite yang energy states. A baby usually has a large head, can cry loudly, and wakes up often after short sleeps, even at night. As the baby grows, the body grows more than the head in proportion, and the baby can sleep longer at night, becoming more yin energy in body manifestation and behavior. Overall, as people age, they become more yin. Really old people do not talk much, nor move much, preparing to go to the earth, yin energy place. Unbalance of yin-yang can physically manifest as body asymmetry, facial asymmetry, head seems to look shrunk or swollen, dizziness, headaches, etc. People with too much yin energy can have symptoms such as coldness in the upper body. People with too much yang energy can have symptoms such as insomnia and coldness in the lower body, etc. Pulse diagnosis. Checking pulse is a diagnosis method for judging yin-yang unbalance. We sit cross-legged facing each other and use the fingertip of the thumb to feel the pulse strength of the left and right neck arteries and the left and right wrist arteries. If the neck pulse is stronger than the wrist pulse, there is too much yang energy. If the wrist pulse is stronger than the neck pulse, there is too much yin energy. If the neck pulse is about the same strength as the wrist pulse, yin-yang of the human body is in a relatively balanced state. If a person takes medication under its influence, it is sometimes inaccurate to use pulse for diagnosis. In this case, we need to rely on respiration to judge the state of yin-yang in the human body. A person with too much yin energy can inhale more easily and longer than exhale. A person with too much yang energy can exhale more easily and longer than inhale. The greater the difference between inhale and exhale, the more severe the yin-yang unbalance. Other clues. The small universe of the human body is closely related to the larger cosmos, and problems in the larger cosmoses also reflect problems in our own small universe. If there are symptoms of yin-yang unbalance, such as lack of thoughts, slow response, or reacting too quickly, being hyperactive and bipolar in your environment, let's first check whether we have the problem of yin-yang unbalance. Nature also gives us clues. For example, sometimes extreme weathers such as extreme coldness and extreme heat occur in the environment. Then when we see extreme weathers or hear about extreme weathers on the news, we should check whether we have the problem of yin-yang unbalance. Methods for balancing yin-yang. Pulse management. We can stimulate acupoints to release bad energies stuck in the meridians and make space for good energy to come in. Stimulating Zhisan Li can increase yin energy, while stimulating Xiaofu can increase yang energy. Applying pressure at the acupoints is a simple way for stimulation. Needling is an advanced stimulation method and should be applied with caution and under guidance. Heating up body. If you have too much yin energy, you should increase upper body clothing, wear more layers and/or thicker clothes, wear long sleeve clothes, a hat, etc. to keep your upper body warm. If you have too much yang energy, you should increase lower body clothing, wearing long pants, thick socks, and warm shoes, etc. Keep your lower body warm, and please button up or zip up the front of your clothes. Regimen, food. If you have too much yin energy, you should add more yang energy food in your diet. If you have too much yang energy, you should add more yin energy food in your diet. So how do we judge the yin-yang properties of food? The human body has its own scale, with a Tanzong point as the middle. Above the Tanzong point is yang, and below it is yin. We sit cross-legged and after eating, feel where the energy of the food is. If the energy stays at the Tanzong point, the food is Zong energy food. If the energy stays above the Tanzong point, the food is Yang energy food. If the energy stays below the Tanzong point, it is Yin energy food. For example, oranges are a common Zong energy food. Some common Yang energy foods include wine, coffee, wheat, oat, red bean, sweet potatoes, lemon, grapefruit, durian, various meats, etc. Some common yin energy food include green tea, rice, millet, black bean, broccoli, carrot, cabbage, mung bean sprouts, apple, grape, and tofu, etc. Note: the yin-yang properties of food may vary in different regions, weather conditions, farming and processing methods, etc. Please check your food to decide its energy. Exercise and activities. If you have too much yin energy, you need to increase exercises and activities that use more thought work, such as talking and reading out loud, memorizing poems, playing chess, etc. If you have too much yang energy, you need to increase exercises and activities that use more body work, especially lower body work, such as walking, jogging, playing soccer, gardening, lower body strength training, etc. We can also train ourselves trying to keep inhalation and exhalation similar in strength and duration. If you have too much yin energy, you should increase the strength and duration of exhalation. If you have too much yang energy, you should increase the strength and duration of inhalation and try to inhale the energy into the lower abdomen. Environment. Colors, forms, sounds, words, etc. in our living environment all have yin-yang attributes, and they all have impacts on the human body. Yin and yang are relative. Bright colors are yang, then faded colors are yin. Simple and rough forms are yang, complex and delicate forms are yin. A higher pitched sound is yang, then a lower pitched sound is yin. For example, the two strings of the erhu, one string with a lower pitched sound is yin, and the other string with a higher pitched sound is yang. In terms of words, the ancient Chinese expressions are more subtle, which is more yin, while the contemporary Chinese expressions are more straightforward, which are more yang. For example, to express longing, we say, "I miss you," in contemporary Chinese, while we say, "Bright moon rises over the sea," and we share this moment together, albeit at ends of the world. There is no absolute good or bad between yin and yang. Balance of yin and yang is the key. If you have too much yin energy, you need to increase yang energy in the environment, such as decorating the residence with bright colors, adding yang energy accessories in the environment, listening to uplifting music, reading aloud, straightforward proses, etc. If you have too much yang energy, you need to increase yin energy in the environment, such as using faded colors to decorate the residence, removing yang energy decorations in the environment, listening to lower tone music, and hand copying ancient poems that have some more subtle expressions, etc. Virtues and behaviors alignment. Yin-yang are the parents of the five elements. Unbalanced yin-yang is a big problem because yin-yang unbalance can lead to the imbalance of the five elements and the sixth energy, and all of which correspond to particular virtues. In terms of virtues and behaviors alignment, once you find that you have yin-yang unbalanced symptoms and problems, you should immediately pay attention to correct and solve these problems to prevent loss of virtues.
All right, in the video, we showed some examples of yin-yang unbalance in human body.
Yeah.
And then we gave a diagnosis and also talk about treatment.
Yes.
So what's the result of that?
Yeah, this program is, first of all, is not just only theoretical program, it's realistic. And so we made the result, sure. So look at the photo, and the person is more severe case. So she has a shrunken face. That means she has too much yin energy and lack of yang energy. And then we applied everything we can do, and also she can do. So, and then 2 weeks later, she changed. She got much yang energy. So very noticeable face.
Right, right. So everything we discuss is really evidence based,
Right.
and it worked for many people and fairly quickly.
Yeah, not only face changing, she behavior changed a lot. Yeah,
right,
more
right.
smart, intelligent, and then so we trained her make more loud voice. Yeah, and then she also made decision. You can use these photos for everyone who has a similar problem, because she has.
Right,
yeah, she
right.
had. Yeah.
Yeah, we also have another face in the video, a lady with unbalanced face.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and I also heard she got a really good result.
Yeah.
Her face got balanced.
Yeah. Usually, I think people have some not symmetric problem. They have a symptom too. This lady has very severe headache in the swollen part. So she visited me. But like those problems also kind of cannot control alone just through the video, and even learn through the video, have to visit us. And
In person.
Yeah. So we can apply and then discuss, and then we can fix. Sometimes they apply the incorrect way, so we can prevent that some mistake too. So in person, she learned and she changed her symmetric thing. So she is now is very well balanced face.
So if you are interested in learning about the biomarker research and the approach we have, then please contact us. We offer intermediate level and advanced level courses, and then we have our research program that can help you with balancing yourself.
Yeah, you could find out our email and our website there too.
Yeah.
Let's
keep on applying Yin-Yang 5 elements in our daily life. See you next time.
Bye.